Hi guys, Craig Rivers here from Rivers and Outdoors. Today I'm going to talk about something a little different, and we usually talk about being prepared, but this is a little different. It's just preparations for going out for a couple hours, basically just getting out there in the woods. So come along with me and check out the video. So guys, what I want to talk about is, of course, you all know I'm a cattle rancher and I got a fairly good sized chunk of ground and I have to go out and work on fence and do things, and sometimes I go out and I just can't get back. So what I do is I'm sort of prepared. If I can't get a lunch going in the morning to take with me, or all my stuff to make a grilled cheese sandwich, or whatever I want to do when I'm out in the woods, or whatever, fixing fence or cutting wood, whatever I'm doing. I have a little pack. I always have this little pack I carry with me. You've seen it in other videos. It's when I do, I'm cooking breakfast or whatever I'm doing out in the woods. This is the one I usually carry with me, but it's also the one I carry when I go do work and do other things, sometimes even hunting. So what you can do to be prepared for, just going out for 2 or 3 hours or 4 hours. The thing is with me is when I go out and work, I get started on stuff, and if I'm not finished, I will work until I finish the project, whatever it is. If I'm splitting wood, I got the wood splitter out there with me, whatever I'm doing. So what I've done is I've made basically a little food pack. And this is an old belt pack. But what you can do is you can load one up. Now I put this in here to show you guys, and everybody probably tired of hearing me say bouillon, but I always talk about bouillon cubes. And this is the way bouillon cubes used to come back in the day, in a little tin tube. And so bouillon cubes are pretty good. But anyway, what I have, I can't even get the lid off that one, it's so old. But what I have, if I can find it, is I have one of these old marbles match cases. And I put my bouillon cubes, 3, 4 of them in here, and it keeps them dry. And it's pretty handy. It works pretty good. So if you figure you got 4 of them in there, or however many you can fit in here, 3 or 4, that's pretty good. And the thing is that with this little food pack, one like it that I use, but you can put 2 or 3 cans of Kipper snacks, sardines, something to eat. And also, I ran out of them, but I get those crackers that are the square regular saltine crackers that are individually wrapped for, you get them a lot of times at restaurants. Like if you get soup or even go to the Chinese restaurant or whatever, they give you those crackers that are individual, 3 or 2 crackers in an individual wrapping. And they'll give you, a little bowl of them for your meal or whatever. And what you can do is you can get those and put 2 or 3 of them in an Altoids tin, and that keeps them from getting crunched and they stay fresh. So if you have your sardines and your bouillon, you can have, of course you got to have your cup, and you can have some bouillon, sardines, crackers, and it's not really a good meal necessarily, but it's kind of like comfort food. You won't be sitting there with gut-wrenching starvation pains like I usually get, because I'm always hungry. Once I start working, I'm hungry. I got to eat a steak when I'm working. So it helps a lot. But the other thing you can do, or what you can carry with you, of course, is they make these things, and there are those little aluminum foldable stoves. And it's not necessarily going to fit in a food pack because you're starting to get all kinds of junk with you if you start carrying, you know, by the time you got your canteen cup, you got all your stuff. And what you can do is you can take one of the little pellets, the fuel pellets, and you can wrap it in a little Ziploc bag, maybe take 2 of them, put them in your food pouch, and then, you know, you can put them between a couple of rocks. And if you're careful, you can heat up your canteen cup and have your bouillon with your sardines and your crackers and everything. And again, like I say, it's comfort food. So the other thing is too, is that in a little food pack like this, you can carry tea bags, coffee bags, and the other thing I carry with me is I carry these things that are called Noon. I found them at the store, and they're not real flavorful, but you can drop one in your canteen. It's kind of like a Gatorade, and they work really good because if it's really hot and you're getting dehydrated or, you know, whatever's happening out there, these things help a lot. Like I said, they're not real flavorful, but they do the trick. They work. So, you know, your Noon pellets that are kind of like electrolytes. It's an electrolyte drink. Bouillon cubes, tea and coffee, and a couple of sardines, cans of sardines. Now what you do is you put all that in your little food pack, and then when you're ready to go in the morning, you just throw it in your pack or whatever you're carrying. Actually, if you're a woman, I suppose you could put it in your purse. I mean, that's really the way to go. And heck, I would make one. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I would make one and put it in my glove box. See, that's not very big. That's a nice small pack. And I mean, I suppose you could put it on your belt. This is some kind of an old ammo pouch. I don't know where it came from. But it's pretty handy. And, or things like this is pretty handy. I actually have a canvas one I use. But with that and your tin cup, you're good to go. And so, you know, we all do it. It's kind of, you know, we go out in the woods and then we'll get busy and then we don't eat or drink or do anything. We're working and then we're regretting it at the end of the day. If I don't drink enough water, I get a heck of a headache at the end of the day, especially if I get dehydrated. So the tablets are, you know, these things work really well for that. And so, you know, a little food pack and maybe a first aid kit, you're good to go. And the thing is you keep it handy and then you can just throw it in your pack. You can see my pack is not very big. And head on out and do your thing, go hunting or whatever. And I used to explore mines up the road when I was a kid, and I never went prepared. I never had enough water, never had what I needed. Was always hungry, always regretting it, and always feeling it by the time I got home. So anyway, that's just about all I have today. And I want to thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye now.